What's up guys, Miticus here, your coach for the Boston Beedrills. Welcome to my APA Season 3 draft recap. Hopefully you've seen the live draft yesterday on aDrive's Twitch channel. It was led by him and CrimsonCBad, who are both coaches this season. Very awesome draft. We had a lot of fun getting it together and letting y'all see how our draft unfolded for Season 3. It's going to be a really competitive season. We have some really great coaches this season who are all very good at battling. They have a skill set, and it's going to be really fun to see how this season unfolds. Before we jump into the draft, I want to go over just a couple things real quick. So there's 16 coaches this season. You can see everybody who is participating this season in the description below. It's a standard draft, just as our typical drafts are. It's using that GBA format that's been around for quite some time now, where you draft one tier 1, one tier 2, two tier 3s, a tier 4, a tier 5, a mega from a mega tier, and then you have 4 free picks that each tier is split up into a certain amount of points, and you have 400 points to spend on 4 different picks. And then depending on what mega you choose, you can actually get more points allocated towards your free points, your free picks, I'm sorry. So very standard draft. It's something that's been around for a very long time now, so I'm sure that you know exactly how it works. Just wanted to go over it real quick in case anybody out there was unfamiliar with it. So the Beedrills, we had a rough season last season. We went 1-11. I think we tied a record for worst record in a season for the APA, which is okay. It's alright. It happens sometimes, but this season we're going to have to kick it to a new gear because of the competition that we have. We cannot slack on our team prep. We cannot slack on our building. We got to get a front office together. We have to have people helping us out because it's going to be a really tough season. With that being said, if you are interested in being part of the Beedrills front office, I'm going to have my email address in the description below. I would love for you to send me a short description of why I should consider you for my front office, any kind of league experience that you have, any kind of special knowledge that you have on league format would be extremely helpful to me. I need a good front office. I'm looking for 3 or 4 people that I can put in my front office that I can depend on week in and week out. So if you are there to help me out, I would definitely appreciate it, because I'm going to need it. I'm going to be honest with you. I can battle decently and everything, but a lot of times I don't have the best understanding of team building. So I really need some help in that department. And so if you're that kind of person that can be my help season or week in and week out, send me an email. I would definitely appreciate it. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump in to the draft. First round, we were looking for something that we could build our team around, that could be versatile, that could really lead our team in kills, that could be a threat week in, week out to every coach that they had to prep for. I wanted something that can set up. I wanted something that you just cannot mess around with. You have to prep for it, or else it will blow you back. That's what I wanted, and that's what I drafted. I drafted Salamence. 110 special attack. It has 100 speed. Not the best speed tier. Obviously 101 would have been better, you know, obviously, but 100 still matches a lot of really huge threats out there that we can speed tile with. Got some really good abilities with Moxie and Intimidate. Intimidate's definitely going to help us set up on the opponent if we need to, and Moxie's there to help us sweep if that's the kind of set we want to run. I said 110 special attack, but what I meant to say was a 135 physical attack. It's a monstrous attack stat. It's got good health. It's got decent bulk to it, with 80 defense and 80 special attack. And then again, like I said, that 100 speed stat. And Dragon, it says fighting on there. Now I'm looking at it. That's not right. Dragging and flying is what it should say. That was just a typo on my part right there. And when this goes out, I may have fixed it, but I probably didn't. because I don't have a lot of time to fix it. So Salamence was my pick. Dragon Flying, very, I think, good typing. Obviously, you have the 4x weakness to ice. So what we're going to do is look for something to resist that ice in the draft going forward. What else can I say about Salamence? I mean, obviously it's not a Mega Salamence, so it's not OP, but it is a super powerhouse Pokemon that once it gets the Dragon Dance up, and especially if you're carrying Moxie, after one kill you're going to annihilate the other team, and there's not a lot they can do about it. Going forward, we picked up the Rotom Wash, the electric water type that can resist that ice typing, which we talked about just a few minutes ago, for Salamence. So it's going to be really good. One thing we will have to watch out for is any users that can use Freeze Dry, because obviously that's still going to hit us super effectively with Salamence and Rotom. But Rotom has good bulk, 107 on the both defensive and especially defensive side, 86 speed, so not terrible. Levitate, which is really good, making its only weakness Grass, because of the Levitate ability. And so now we have two guys that are pretty much immune to ground, unless there's a mold breaker situation kind of thing, and in which case Rotom Wash would be hit by ground types, obviously. 105 special attack, that's a pretty good special attack, so my Volt Switches are going to do a pretty good amount. Hydro Pumps are going to do good if I can hit them. Really the biggest thing with Rotom Wash, what he allows us to do is a Volt Switch into Salamence, and allowing us to either A, intimidate whatever we bring it on in, if it's a physical attacker, allowing us to set up, or, you know, just allowing Salamence to come in, Dragon Dance on an unsuspecting foe, I guess, as you would say, and get us in good position to sweep. That's what I want to do. I want to be able to set up and sweep all season long, and I want to build a team around Salamence that will allow Salamence to do that. So going forward, that's the pieces that we have to fit in this puzzle. So Rotom Wash, very good mon. Can use Will-O-Wisp, which is really nice. So if there's any physical attackers, I can kind of put them out of play with a Will-O-Wisp. Thunder Wave obviously can slow down the targets. Discharge, I think, yeah, he has Discharge, so that's kind of cool too, because I think it's like 80 base power, and so it's only 10 lower than a Thunderbolt, and it has a really good chance of paralyzing the opponent. So that's a pretty cool thing. Got Pain Split, give myself longevity. If I don't want to run leftovers, I can use Pain Split. So I've used Rotom Wash before, and I really love Rotom Wash. So I think it's going to be really good. Again, it takes care of that ice weakness for the most part on Salamence. Next pick was Kartana. Now, as you can see on my team now, we have two really powerhouse attacking Pokemon. And although ice is still kind of an issue for us, especially Freeze Dry, Kartana is only normally affected by it because of the steel typing. Obviously, we're not going to want to have Kartana take any special ice moves, which is for the most part all there is. You know, with the exception of Icicle Crash and Ice Shard. Anyway, 131 defense, 181 attack with a Beast Boost. Again, Volt switching out into either Salamence or Kartana, whatever situation is best. If I'm slow Volt switching, maybe Kartana. If I'm fast Volt switching, maybe Salamence into the Intimidate Dragon Dance. And a 109 base speed is huge. And actually in the meta, I think you're seeing people run, I think it's a Timid Kartana to allow... Is it Timid Kartana? Yeah, I think it's a Timid Kartana, which lowers the attack, increases the speed, and it can actually allow you to increase your speed through the Beast Boost, and kind of wreck through the rest of the team. I mean, 181 special attack is insane. It's insane. So that's gonna be really exciting for us. In Kartana, we have, at the end of the draft, you have two Z users that you can pick, and so my two are going to be Salamence or Kartana, because those two are just such powerhouse Pokemon that with a Z move attached, they're going to blow through whatever switches in or whatever stays in. Kartana has not the best coverage, but he does have enough coverage moves to do a good job. Leaf Blade on the Grass Stab, Smart Strike on the Steel Stab, Sacred Sword for fighting, Night Slash on Dark, and there's a few other things there as well that I'm not remembering off the top of my head, but very, very good Pokemon. Third round, I know some people were like kind of iffy on that, and then some people were like, maybe it actually was a good steal in the third round. I thought it was a good steal in the third round just because this Pokemon with the speed and the attack. I think it's a brutal Pokemon, especially once you start getting this Beast Boost. I mean, you can add that to your attack or your speed, regardless of which way you want to go. So I think it's an awesome Pokemon. And again, Salamence and Rotom Wash can actually help Kartana out, because Salamence can get an Intimidate off, and then I can switch out into Kartana if it's a physical attacker. He has 131 defense, 59 HP, lacking on the HP side obviously, but with an Intimidate off and with that HP stat, or with that defense stat, he can be able to take those defensive, or those physically offensive attacks. And it's going to allow him to Swords Dance if he wants to. It's going to allow him to basically come in on a physically offensive opponent and really put some work in. Next Pokemon was Alolan Muck, which is pretty cool. I never had a chance to use Alolan Muck, but he's got some really, really good stats. I don't think that 100 speed is right now that I'm looking at it. I want to say it's like 50 speed, because 100 speed on Alolan Muck would be a little OP. So I'm pretty sure that's a typo. I'm pretty sure it's 50 speed or somewhere around there. You know what? This is not right at all, actually. Ignore what I'm saying, because I'm gonna have to fix this slide. So when you see it, the stats should look right. Because that's not right. Anyway, so pretty good ability in Poison Touch, allowing any kind of physical move to potentially poison the opponent, and a pretty good typing with Poison and Dark, and good attack stat, good bulk. Alolan Muck is going to be a force to be reckoned with, and I cannot wait to use him. I don't have the stats in front of me now because the slide that I'm looking at the moment is incorrect. Hopefully it's fixed for y'all. But Alolan Muck, very, very strong Pokemon, a lot of bulk. It's going to be slow. It's a slow Pokemon, but I cannot wait to use him. It's going to be a lot of fun. Next Pokemon, a powerhouse Pokemon in Mega Alakazam. In the 5th round, I thought, hey, this guy, he kind of works with the team that we're building, because we're going to try to get a setup and sweep team through Momentum and Volt Switch. I think Kartana, can Kartana U-turn? I want to say you can, but I'll have to actually double check on that because I'm not 100% sure. But later on in the draft, you will see, again, the puzzles will come together to make Salamence, Kartana, and Mega Alakazam be able to hopefully come in and sweep the opponent. 175 special attack. So now we have a 175 special attack Mon, and we have a 181 physically offensive Mon. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And our speed tiers are pretty good. We got 100 on Salamence, we got 109 on Kartana, and we have 150 speed on Mega Alakazam with the traceability. So if I can bring in Alakazam on a good ability, that could be huge for us as well. For instance, if I could bring in Mega Alakazam and get rid of a UB Pokemon and get Beast Boost, that would be huge. Obviously those are going to only be in special situations, but regardless, really, really cool if that happens, especially if it's like a Beast Boost Mon that no, I guess my special attack would be mostly invested, so that wouldn't affect me. Okay, anyway, Beast Boost would be really cool to trace, and there's obviously some other abilities that would be really cool as well. Mega Alakazam though, I mean, huge. Obviously gotta watch out for priority like Sucker Punch, gotta watch out for being trapped by Pursuit. Those things are pretty huge. Gotta watch out for any Mons that are carrying knockoff, It's not going to hurt as much with me carrying the Mega Stone, but our defenses were paper thin on defenses with 65 and 55 HP. So any kind of physical attack is going to do quite a bit to us. Special defense 105, that's not bad. Obviously the HP stat at 55 is going to hinder that just a bit, but we can still take a special hit. We can take a special hit. So Mega Alakazam, you do not want to mess with this thing. It's got Calm Mind, so if I one Calm Mind, the opponent is not going to have a lot to switch into. It's got a lot of good coverage moves. It's going to be a pretty straightforward set, pretty much. It's going to be coverage moves every week in, week out. Maybe Calm Mind added here and there, but you're not going to want to do anything much else with the Mega Alakazam except just come in and break those walls down and hopefully sweep. Hopefully we're in a position where we can sweep. And Rotom Wash is going to help us with that with the Bullet Switch. And then Kartana, if we can U-turn, that's going to help as well. Again, I got to double check on the U-turn Kartana, but it sounds right, but I'm not 100% sure. Savali. Okay, so now you see the pieces coming together. We got the Volt Switcher, possible U-turner, we're still not 100% sure on that. And then we have Savali, which is a bulky mon, 95 across the board, attack, defense, special attack, special defense, speed. If I wanted to, I guess you could run like a normal Savali with Choice Scarf and really kind of outspeed some things. So that could be interesting. But in most cases, I'm just going to run a specific type plate on our memory or whatever it is to change his type on Savali. And then I'm going to use Parting Shot to give myself momentum. So now we have Salamence, we have Volt Switch, and Parting Shot to help us get another mon out and set up and sweep or wall break. And I think I'm really excited about that because Parting Shot is a very rare move in Pokemon. Only a few Pokemon have access to that move, and Savali is one of those Pokemon. And what makes Savali so great is that you can run a different memory or a different type on him each week, and then kind of make and specialize him to really take advantage of Parting Shot on specific mons and bringing in either Salamence, Kartana, or Alakazam. So that's really exciting, and I cannot wait to see how that plays out. Savali has some decent coverage moves, if I remember correctly, and his multi-attack, which is a stab move regarding the memory that you use or the plate. I cannot remember which it is, but basically whatever type Savali is, multi-attack turns into that type, so he's always going to have like a 90 or 95 base move that's stab, regardless of what type you are using, which is also pretty cool. I think, yeah, he also gained access to Defog, which Rotom also did, so I should actually say that Defog Rotom is a thing this in Gen 7.5, if you will, and so Savali is also a Defogger, which is going to help out Salamence. Nothing else that I have yet is going to be too affected by those rocks. Not that I can think of. I mean, if I wanted to use like a Focus Sash Kartana, I guess that could help having two defog users. Salamence can defog too, I guess, but definitely not going to be the most useful defogger. But we were able to take advantage of two defoggers that are brand new to the meta or to Pokemon in this specific gen with Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon being released. So that's really cool. Moving on. We have Hitmontop. So we're adding to that hazard removal. One of the best hazard removers or rapid spinners in the game, in my opinion, is Hitmontop. And as you can see as well, we have Intimidate and we have Technician on this Pokemon. Intimidate is going to definitely help us getting in a position where we can set up with Mega Alakazam, Kartana, Salamence. Again, that's our play. That's our play. We're gonna try to set up on our opponents week in and week out, and these mons are gonna help us do that. Intimidate's gonna be really good. Hitmontop is kind of he's okay. You know, his speed, it'd be better if he was a little quicker. But he's going to be more of a bulky mon. Take some hits, Intimidate, go back out into something else. Rapid Spin, get rid of the hazards. Get a little bit of priority with Bullet Punch and Mach Punch and Sucker Punch. I think he has Sucker Punch. And then Technician can help those moves to be a little bit stronger as well if I want to run if I want to run Technician instead of Intimidate. So pretty cool. Like I said, he's a bulky mon. Decent attack, 95. Close combats are going to hurt on certain switch-ins. On a lot of switch-ins. Close combat's going to hurt. So him on top, I think he's a really good Pokemon, and I'm excited to use him. I've used him before. He did well. He did pretty well. He's nothing to laugh at, and I think getting him in round 7 was really huge. I cannot believe he was still there in round 7. Rapid Spinners usually go a lot sooner than that. He is a tier 4 mon, so he can't go too early, but being a Rapid Spinner and being a very good Rapid Spinner at that definitely gives him priority above most other Rapid Spinners. Moving on, we have Alola Ninetales. So now you see the Veil Hyper Offense coming through. We can set the Veil, we can go into some huge attackers, we can set up and hopefully sweep. Alola Ninetales has a good speed at 109, special attack 81, not great, but he does have access to Nasty Plot, which can be really useful. And then Aurora Veil set, it's going to be hard to do a ton of damage to Alola Ninetales because of the 100 special defense, 75 defense, and 73 HP. So, very, very good Pokemon in my opinion. Has a Snow Cloak, Snow Warning. So, I'm excited. I'm excited to use this Aurora Veil Hyper Offense and see exactly how well it does. I think we can use it correctly, and I think that we can do a lot of work with it. So, moving on, we have Golurk, who is an absolute nasty Pokemon. It's got the Iron Fist and the No Guard abilities. It has Klutz as well. We're not going to ever use that though. No Guard though with the dynamic punches is going to be really cool. Stone Edge I believe as well. I think Golurk gets some Stone Edge. He gets a few moves that take advantage of No Guard, and then Iron Fist can also do a lot of work with some of his coverage moves. He is a spin blocker. If I wanted to use him as that way, he can be used to absorb the electric moves if I want to use him in that fashion. He has 2 immunities with normal type, ground type, or not ground type but electric type, and I think that's it. But not the best mon as far as anything outside of his attack stat. HP stat's pretty decent. So his HP and his defense and his special defense, so he is a bulkier mon, and having that ground typing. But really what you want to do is slap a choice band on this thing, or run a life orb and just really break some walls using that Iron Fist ability, or that No Guard, just throwing moves that you know are going to hit that in other situations may have like a 2 out of 10 chance of missing. Or I think with Dynamic Punch, isn't it like 50% or something like that? So that's huge. And Dynamic Punch, 100% chance to confuse the opponent, which is really cool. Something I need to watch out with for the No Guard though is, your opponent with No Guard also can run moves that have a chance of missing, and with No Guard being out there, they will not miss either. So it's a two-edged sword, or two-sided sword, I guess, in that front. So in ladder battles, that's not a huge deal because you have no idea if you're going to go up against somebody with No Guard. In League format, it makes all the difference though, because this is something you're going to be prepping for. This is something that my opponents are going to know that I have, and so they can take advantage of that. Which kind of leads us into the next mon that we're going to pick up here, and that's going to be Lycanroc Midnight, which also has No Guard. So that gives my opponents 2 mons that have No Guard, that they can kind of take advantage of that. So I have to be very careful about using No Guard excessively, because there's a lot of mons out there that have really good moves that people don't use typically, and they don't use them because they have a big chance of missing, and No Guard gives them a chance to use those moves. Zap Cannon being one of those. Obviously you're not going to want to use Zap Cannon on Golurk, but regardless, Zap Cannon is one of those moves that have a low percentage chance of hitting, but with No Guard, 100% chance. Hurricane's still not going to do a lot to either Lycanroc or Golurk. Golurk, it might do quite a bit. I'm trying to think of anything else. Anybody who wanted to use Dynamic Punch on me with Lycanroc, that could be something. So yeah. Anyway, Lycanroc, Swords Dance user, 115 attack. Nothing else too special there. He has that rocky bulk that rock types have with 85 HP, 75 defense, 75 special defense. Nothing amazing, but 115 special or 115 attack and the ability to Swords Dance could be really useful. And then he does not get Excel Rock. I think only Lycanroc Day and Lycanroc Dusk have access to Excel Rock, so it's a little unfortunate that we lose that priority rock move. That would have been really cool to have. But I still am excited. I needed a rock type basically, and I was looking around and I wanted to take advantage of another really offensive Mon, because I think we have the pieces in place now to kind of give us that momentum to be able to set up and sweep. So I wanted to add one more Mon to that, and so I picked up the Lycanroc Midnight. Last Mon of the draft, we picked up Pyroar, another huge Mon that can be really good. Some decent abilities. Moxie's kind of like because Moxie, if I remember correctly, that's only a physical, right? So if I wanted to run a physical Pyroar, I guess I could. That's a little sketch. I don't know about doing that, but Pyroar still very good speed, tier 106, 109 special attack, so it's Fire Blast, spamming Fire Blast, it's gonna hurt. If I wanted to put a Specs on this thing and fire off like Hyper Voices and Fire Blast, both are stab, it could be pretty painful for the opponent. Got some okay coverage moves if I remember correctly. Rivalry, off the top of my head, I don't actually remember what that does, but I think that's going to be more of a useful ability than Moxie, and maybe a Nerve if I want like, so for instance, if I wanted to run a Nerve and make sure that a Ferrothorn doesn't pop his Okaberry, I run a Nerve or something like that, just to make sure that berries don't get popped, or maybe like a Mago Berry or like a Figgy Berry kind of situation. A Nerf could be pretty useful in that situation, and that's probably about it. Just like the super effective berries and the Mago and the Figgy Berry, and there's probably some other berries out there that I'm not thinking of, maybe like a Custad Berry or something like that, if Custad's even allowed. I'm actually not sure if Custad's even legal yet. So there you have it, guys. There is the draft for the Boston Beedrills in Season 3 of the APA. I think we have a really good team. Again, hyper offense with a Veil, with momentum. We have a few momentum gainers, some U-turners, some Volt Switchers, some Intimidate users, just to give access to our really offensive mons to come in and set up and sweep, or just break some walls. So guys, in the description below you will see all the coaches who are participating in Season 3 of the APA. It's sure to be a really fun season, and again, my email will also be in the description below. Let me know if you want to be part of the front office. I would really appreciate the help this season. Again, just send me a short little description of why you should be considered, any kind of league experience, the success you have had in league format, or any other front offices that you may be in or have been in and had success with that. Let me know what you had to bring to the table, basically. But that's gonna wrap it up, guys. I'm excited to see how the season unfolds. It cannot go much worse than last season. Again, we went 1-11. So we need at least 2 wins to make the season a little bit better than last season. So guys, I'll see you in the next couple weeks. The first battle of the season will be dropping on my channel on January the 7th. Be sure to like this video, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Tell me what you think of the draft that we have. Give me some ideas, some sets to bring. I'm always open for ideas. And that's something, again, that if you have some ideas with this team that you see in front of you, you know, you might belong in my front office. I'm looking for you. I'm looking for somebody like you with the creativity to bring week in, week out, and really help me dominate the season. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and sign off here. I will see you guys in the coming weeks. Make sure you go subscribe and like all the other coaches' videos and channels, because there's some phenomenal guys who are in this league, and we're really appreciative of having all those guys in this league this season. It's gonna be a knockout kind of season, and I'm very excited. Until next time, guys. Peace.